Hi, it's Elise here at Bowman Library with a whole new teen book spotlight. So for this week, our theme is we are starting to get into a little bit of that Halloween spirit, Halloween feel with some books that have some orange and or black covers. So we have a wide range of books today because we are judging these books by their covers. Like the one thing that we're kind of told not to do, but we're doing it because we are looking at the color of these covers. So we have 6 to get us started in our Halloween type feel. So let's get started. Our first one is Mind Blind. So Nathaniel is 14 years old. He's homeschooled and he has just finished college. And he has this incredible photographic memory. He's getting ready to enter graduate school. And on top of that, he has Asperger's syndrome, which leads him to not being able to understand social cues. And sometimes he has sensory overload, and it can make him really difficult to fit in with his peers, either ones in high school or even ones out of high school. So when he decides to go to a party, though, everything starts to change for Nathaniel, and you will be on this journey along with him as he figures out who he is and what he wants and what it's like to make friends and to navigate his life with his parents and his sibling, and what is it like to actually be a teenager? So this realistic look is one that is eye-opening. It's filled with humor. There are some awkward moments in there as well. They do have those cringe moments, but you will be cheering for Nathaniel every step of the way. And Mind Blind. Dry. And I will tell you, this is one of my favorites over the past couple of years. Alyssa and her brother Garrett, they're living life like everyone else in Southern California, and things start to change. There's this epic drought that starts happening in the West, and the Colorado River, which is the main river source out in the western part of the United States, it starts to run low and in places starts to dry out. And in an effort to keep their water supply, Arizona and Nevada, which the river comes through, they decide they're going to cut off other states' access to the river. So Southern California then doesn't have access to water. So martial law is imposed, things start to get really violent, people are fighting, hoarding water, and when Alyssa's parents, they decide that the government's handing out water in this one location, they go, but they don't come back. So they want to figure out what happened. So Alyssa, Garrett, and their next door neighbor, Kelton, they still have to find them. But when they get to the location where this is supposed to be happening, all they find are bodies. Now, Kelton has grown up in this extremist, survivalist, prepping family, and he decides they need to get out of here. Things are not going well. So he takes Alyssa and Garrett. They decide they're going to go out. They're going to go to his family's emergency bunker, which is in the middle of nowhere. And that is just the beginning of this dangerous and life-changing journey. So this is filled with action, adventure, twists and turns, and you will find yourself wondering, what would you do in this situation? And what is so crazy about this is it's considered to be quote-unquote dystopian. If you're following the news, there's a pretty epic drought happening right now out west in which the Colorado River is being impacted. So, yeah. A little bit crazy and also a little bit scary, but I highly recommend this book. This is Dry. All the days past, all the days to come. So if you have read a classic called Roll Thunder, Hear My Cry, same author, same family, you fast forward to when the main character, Cassie Logan, is 19 years old, and it is the 1940s. She's entering college. She wants to go to become a teacher, but she's not entirely sure what's going to happen from there, and that's where our story starts. It follows her. She goes through her trials and tribulations of growing up and becoming an adult. She changes career choices. She wants to go become a lawyer. She falls in love. She loses love, and all the while she's trying to figure out what it means to be Black in America. This book not only will take you through the life points of Cassie, but will also shed light on the events and times, especially regarding the civil rights movement. And there will be things that you will read about that you had no idea even happened. So this story doesn't shy away from controversial topics, especially, that were super controversial time, like interracial marriage. That was a huge no-no when this book is taking place. There's epic discussions about voter registration and rights, which unfortunately is still a discussion that we're having today. So you don't need to read the others in the series, but I will tell you there will be characters and character development that will be referred to from those previous books. But this is a great standalone as it is. This is all the days past, all the days to come. Marked. So Lila lives in a society where there's a great divide between the rich, who are called the barons, and the poor. Lila's family falls into the poor category, and she's dreamed of attending university, even though she's not a naturally gifted student. So one evening, out of desperation, in order to do well in school, she goes into the black market where she's going to buy some cheat answers that are going to help her get ahead in school. And it's there that she is arrested, she is caught, and then she is marked. And in this society, criminals are marked with a tattoo, letting people know who they are, and it basically ruins the rest of their life for them. So she's thinking her life is over, she's never getting into school, she's done for. But then she's approached by this police officer. He gives her this opportunity that if she goes and infiltrates this terrorist group called the Red Fist, and she reports back on their doings, and they can get ahead and they know what to expect from them, that they will remove her mark and she can go back to life as normal. But here's the catch. Her childhood friend Gil is reportedly the leader of this terrorist group, and this would mean that she would have to betray one of the closest people to her. So the science fiction dystopian is one that deals with class struggles, personal dilemmas, twists and turns, and you will not be able to put it down. This is Marked. Call Down the Hawk. So Ronan wants to follow his boyfriend to college, but he finds himself having to stay at home on the family farm because he has to hone and control this skill he has. Ronan has the ability to manifest things from his dreams into actual beings, entities, items, tangible things, including his younger brother. His younger brother came from one of his dreams. So at the same time we're meeting Ronan, we also meet this art forger named Jordan Hennessy, and she has the ability to create clones of herself when she enters REM sleep. So she does everything she can to avoid going into REM sleep, because while she makes these clones, it actually costs her a piece of her physical being. So when Ronan one evening goes to sleep, he gets this dream, and he is told in his dream he has to go find Jordan and save her. But he has no idea what to make of it, because he has no idea who this person is. But little do they both know that the government is sending agents out to hunt down people they call dreamers in order to avoid what they think is going to bring on the apocalypse. When all of these characters come together, it's an explosive plot point that you will not see coming. It's the first book in a new trilogy, so I will tell you there is a cliffhanger ending. Book 2 should be coming out soon. This is Call Down the Hawk. And our last one is Turtles All the Way Down. So Asa suffers from anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, and she is always living with the fear that she's going to be infected with the bacteria known as C. diff, and she is going to die from it. So her best friend Daisy knows that when she starts getting into some of these phases, that Asa can be easily distracted though when she is given a mission. And Daisy starts to encourage Asa to look into the mystery and try to solve it, because there's a hefty reward if it's solved, of the disappearance of their local billionaire. But this local billionaire also happens to be one of Asa's former friends, whose name is Davis. So going on this journey with them starts to lead Asa to question everything and everyone she thinks she has known, and she starts to discover things not only about herself, but what it also actually means to live, and live not in constant fear. This realistic look at mental health, friendship, relationships is one that will have you guessing every step of the way, because there is a mystery involved in here. They are trying to figure out what happened. So it is a great read. It's by John Green, so you know you're in for some awesome story. This is Turtles All the Way Down. So these are just 6 of the books that we have here at the library with an orange and or black cover. So you can come on down, you can pick one of these to start getting you into like a Halloween spirit, or we can find another cover that's orange and or black to get you what you want to read. So I hope you tune back next week when we have a whole new teen book spotlight, and I hope you have a great week.